Well, hello, sunshines. I hope you all are doing absolutely well. Let's get right to it. I have to be the weather girl to let you all know that we are 16 degrees. I woke up to 16 degrees and we're going to get we're going to get up to a whopping 28 degrees. Yay for us. All that to say, welcome back inside to our cold days of sowing seeds and up potting, because those are the videos that I've been giving to you all. I hope you all have been enjoying them, but that's what your girl got to do right now. And I'm glad, because all my prep and all the work that I'm doing and that you're doing, if you're inside like me, is going to pay off in the spring. I promise you it will. We are going to be up potting Coleus. This is the flower that we've already sowed the seed for, and there are a lot of them. And so we're going to up pot this particular seed. We're also going to up pot our California poppy seed that we sowed recently. And then this nude seeds that we're going to sow today, I'm going to do this beautiful dwarf bachelor button. And so I want to get this in. I like dwarf plants because they're shorter. I'm thinking about putting some shorter plants in front of my flower beds. And so this would probably be a contender, I'm thinking. And so I want to get some of that up potted, or the seeds, not up potted, some of those seed sown. The other thing I got was a hollyhock that I want to get sown. And the last thing I'm going to sow today is the aster. I have aster already inside of my garden space. And so I want some more of these asters, and I only have purple, I believe, right now. And so this is a mix of purple, pink, and white. And so those are the seeds that we're going to sow today. And so let's take a look at the Coleus. And so there is a full tray of these. And so right here we have our Coleus. So many. Oops. Can you see that? Focus camera. This would be our Coleus, this whole row. Oh my gosh. So many little seedlings came up. Then we have over here our Cali poppy. So we're going to up pot those two, the Cali poppies. In this tray right here is the purple poppy. And I also have a little petunias that are coming up. We're not going to up pot those today. Those will stay. Here is my one impatient. Right here, nothing else from the impatiens. So we have our Coleus. We'll up pot all of these today. We have our petunias that I'm going to leave in here. The impatient I'm going to leave in here. The Cali poppies, we're going to up pot those. And then these other poppies I'm going to leave in for a little while longer, along with, what is this we have here? Snapdragons. So everything is coming in nicely. But in order for them to grow more, we need to get them up potted. So let me get behind my little desk area. Well, it's not a desk. It's actually an island that has now become my seed potting station. Let me just get behind here. Okay, so we are getting ready to pot up. So I did a lot of the prep work already. I went ahead and I filled up the potting trays that we're going to be using today. And I'm going to start with this flat tray right here. This particular flat tray I'm going to use for the Coleus. I already have holes at the bottom, and what I have going on is that there's one inside of the other. And so sometimes I like starting things like this. I've started like collard greens and different stuff like that. But I thought that this tray might be good for the Coleus because there's so many. And instead of using a bunch of cells for these little seedlings, I figured just spread them here, and that would give them more space to grow. I may have to up pot them again, but I think doing it this way will save me some time and some space. And I don't have a lot of these trays right here. And so let's do that. And so when we take out the Coleus, Just as when we were up potting the other day, there are tons of seedlings here. Little tiny seedlings. There goes one, fell out right there. So it's a very small baby seedling. So therefore it doesn't need a whole cell. It just needs space to grow because it's in there with so many. So this pot right here, this tray I should say, has potting soil in it. So we're going to separate these. I've already saturated the soil and let that soil take up that water. And so Coleus plants are simply beautiful. They do come in a variety of colors. And our color palette is a mixture of purples, dropping things, purples, pinks, and white. I think that's a pretty combination. Coleus do prefer to be in shady spaces, my experience with them. And I think that's what the package actually says anyways. And so I do think they do very well in planters and window boxes. You can also use them in the landscape as well. But I've used them in containers and they've lasted me like, oh my gosh. And I feel like the whole summer, like I didn't worry about them. And it could be because of where I had them in their location. And so once again, I have a ton of seedlings here. I will have to more than likely share. But Coleus is one of those pretty flowers if you want to mix it in your container with other flowers, or it's a standalone plant as well, in my opinion. Like it can literally stand alone. So I'm gonna try to, I'm not doing any particular like spacing besides like eyeing it. Just enough space for it to get its own feet. That's gonna do it, guys. That's gonna do it for the Coleus. I'm rethinking this. There is no way. I'm gonna have to call a friend to call a friend. There's no way I'm going to be able to plant up all this Coleus. This right here is only 2 cells. What y'all think? What do you all think? Too much. 2 cells. I didn't even count the Coleus plants, but this one tray is 2 cells. There are 4 more cells. So I may do one more tray another day of the Coleus, off. I probably won't film that. I want to see how these do. I'm going to leave those there. I'm going to see how these start growing once I, now that they have more space and they're in their own lane. I want to see what that's going to look like. And then I may go back and put the Coleus, do more Coleus or just give it away. What was I thinking? Okay, let's put this to the side. This tray right here where I'm going to up pot the Cali poppies. Now there's not a lot of Cali poppies in here, I don't believe. So I think I'll be okay with these. I have these cell trays that I'm putting in the tray that I purchased off of Amazon. But these trays right here are just trays when I've purchased petunias or impatiens or things like that. These are those trays that I save. And so I put water at the bottom and I gave them some water so that they'll be all set to go. But we're going to use our discretion with the poppies. I guess this is the year that I'm going to say, gotta let some of you all go. So with the poppies, I'm gonna put 2 in each cell. That's what I'm gonna do with the poppies. These are nice and tall and long. They look good. They look pretty good. Well, those are done, and I told you it wasn't too many of the poppies, and so the poppies actually only needed these 3. We don't need this one. And did I leave one behind? Because I have one empty cell. I just want them all to be the same. So there goes a little tiny one I'll stick in there. I'm gonna just, the soil's pretty wet. I'm just gonna, that one seems dry. Okay. So there goes our California poppies. And so I had prepared these cells. So I'm gonna put something in them. I'm gonna put something else, I think. Only because I already prepared the soil with the water. So maybe we can do, let's do the other poppies. These are the, I named them HB poppies. So I don't have the tag over here. I'll get the tag and put it on the screen. I'll put a picture on the screen. But these are those purple ones. So let's go ahead and just pot some of these. I'm not going to, it's not too many. I think I'm going to put 2 in each cell. These little babies. See how many we can get in here. So that's our other poppy. This is the purple one. So we have an additional tray. I don't want to mix those up. I'll do something with the tray later. Okay. All the miscellaneous things. So we are done with that tray. The only thing that's left here now to continue to grow are our snapdragons. We'll figure out what to do with the Coleus, and then we have these little petunias. There's not too many of them. And our one impatient. All right, let's start some seeds. So I already have everything labeled. I already have the water at the bottom. I also put some water at the top. And I'm also going to spray the seeds as well once we get them in. So let's do our bachelor button. And I'll be very curious to see how these seeds are. See how, yeah, these seeds, oh, these are much better. All the seeds that I was sowing were black, like the soil. And so these ones I can manage a little better. Let me show you all these bachelor button seeds. I will be able to manage a little better. My dirty hands. You see the seeds? That makes a difference. They're a different color. They're a little bigger, so I can manage these seeds. So what I'm going to be doing, 2 of these 4 cell trays for all of them. So I'm going to sow 2 seeds per tray. So that'll be a total of 8 trays. Because this is a 4-pack cell. I'm doing 2 of these of bachelor button. So I'm going to sow 2 seeds instead of 1,000 in each cell. That should be good. These are our bachelor buttons. Can't wait for these to grow. I lost that seed, but there we go. I can see it because of the color. Nice. I like that. I like this. I like this so much more better. Oops, I think I already did it there. Here we go. Okay. Those are our bachelor buttons. Got them all sewn. All right, let's move on to our aster. I hope doesn't sound like it, but I'm hoping that these seeds be just as easy. Let's see what they look like. Okay. All right, same thing. These ones actually look like the bachelor buttons I just showed you all. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fill up 8 cells, and I'm going to put 2 seeds to a cell. And I think that's going to be enough. And I just dropped one. There it is. Okay. And last but not least, the hollyhock. The hollyhock seeds. Hollyhocks are so pretty. They get so tall. Let me see how tall these ones get. These ones right here say they can get up to 6 feet, 4 to 6 feet tall. Can you believe that? So I just think, and these seeds are huge. These seeds actually look a little different, but they're much easier to plant out in a seedling tray than the others. I like that. I'm definitely only going to put 1 per cell for these. Oops, where did you go? So I saw you. One seed per cell. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go for 2. 2. So I'm going to do like I've been doing. I'm actually going to just use this soil right here to drape over the top. This tray, if I didn't mention, which you all probably already know, has seed starting mix in it. That's what's in this tray right here. And I'm just using the potting mix that came out the other tray to cover the seeds. So right here, just making sure there's no plants in here. That's it. Get that covered. A little bit more. That worked out. Okay, let's get our spray on. We'll make sure some seeds get moisture. And then these particular seeds right here will get covered with a humidity dome. I'm actually going to take them out this tray and put them in another tray that has a humidity dome. That's what we're going to do. I'll do that. And then I'll get them underneath the lights. But that's all for today. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me, going through seed sowing after seed sowing, up potting after up potting. I appreciate you so much, but got lots done today. Spring is on its way. I think when I'm filming this, we got like 29, 28 days till spring. It's going to be a fantastic spring, I believe. Right now, outside of my backyard, it looks like a skating rink, but spring is still near. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave me a comment. I will talk back. I promise you I will. Blessings. Bye.